And now, meteorologist Marty with Southern Colorado's most accurate forecast.
Happy Saturday, everyone. August 1st, as we mentioned. Bonnie also tells me that today is Colorado's birthday. 139 years old. Happy birthday, Colorado. 53 degrees right now at the Century Casino in Cripple Creek. The wind is calm. We just have a partly cloudy sky overhead. We've had a little bit of low cloud cover and patchy fog on the northeast side of Colorado Springs. This is not going to last very long, but it's out there. Nobody should be shocked if you run underneath a little bit of that this morning. 56 degrees at last check at Abba Eye Care. The wind out there at Powers and Woodman is calm. I did mention earlier, I noticed I had to run my defrosters as well, so indication of some of the water in the air this morning. Parkview Medical Center in Pueblo, light north breeze, 63 degrees at the hospital. Bricks being lit up there by the rising sun on our way to a pretty typical August day. So 50s and 60s at lower elevations. Leadville's down to 39. That sounds pretty nice. We have 50s then for the rest of the mountain valleys this morning. Skycast shows clouds generally going to be pretty spotty here the first half of the day, but by lunchtime, the first showers should begin developing over primarily mountain areas, and this will be especially true in the southern part of the state. Then as we move into the afternoon, those will become a little bit more numerous. I do think the best coverage of storms will remain south of the Arkansas River, but Skycast still shows some spotty activity up around the Pikes Peak region too, so we're certainly not going to rule that out. High temperatures today, pretty typical. 80s and 90s at lower elevations, 70s and 80s for the mountains and mountain valleys. That's outside of any thunderstorms that may help to cool you off, at least temporarily. Those will generally drift off very slowly towards the south and east this evening. Again, the best coverage, probably at about a 30 to 40% coverage, should be expected over and near the southern mountains. A little bit lighter coverage up to the north. Now, maybe through 9 o'clock or so, we see a little lightning out there and have a little bit of rain, but after that, things start to wind down. We don't expect severe weather today. Certainly some bursts of heavy rain and some frequent lightning could accompany any storms. Then overnight tonight, we'll end up with a partly cloudy sky, and most areas should fall back into the 50s and 60s. More of the same tomorrow and really into early next week. There are some indications that we may dry the atmosphere out just a little bit as we head towards the middle of next week. Not sure we can really tell you honestly that we won't have any storms Wednesday or Thursday, but it looks a little bit less active on the thunderstorm front at that time. Should be real warm, mid to upper 80s for highs, lows at night in the 50s to around 60. Pueblo, look for about a 10% coverage on the storms here each of the next 3 days. Then we'll warm you into the mid-90s under partly cloudy conditions by Tuesday and Wednesday. A little breezy at times, maybe here and there, but otherwise pretty quiet, typical August weather for us. Overnight lows in the lower 60s. Canyon City will be hovering around 90 here for the next few days. Not probably going to cool off very much at any point this week. Again, storms more likely probably the first half of this period as opposed to the second half of the period, and we'll keep the coverages pretty spotty at about 20%. Severe weather looks real unlikely throughout the stretch, so we're just going to be tracking the potential for some downpours and maybe some heavy rain at times if you get the right cells overhead. Mountain communities on a daily basis should have a slightly better coverage of thunderstorms. We'll keep it at about 30% through Monday. Might start to tail it off Tuesday. Again, we're probably reaching a little bit to say it's going to be totally dry Wednesday and Thursday, but there are some indications we'll have a little less activity around at that time. Highs in the 70s, lows in the 40s and 50s. It's about the most boring time of year as far as weather goes. It is what it is. I was going to say,
kind of average for August, though, right? For the beginning?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah,
absolutely. What we typically see.
Monsoon flow overhead. You're going to almost every day have at least some spotty storms around. If you have to get stuff done without rain, you do it early in the day. You all know how that goes.
Yeah, everybody knows. Sound like a broken record, but that's the deal, hey? At least we can be consistent, right?
It's unusual in Colorado, except this time of year.
All right, I'll take it. Thanks so much, Marty.
You're welcome.